It is Charlie St. Waffles, and we got something special today. I went out and did a whole bunch of photography yesterday. I took the day off so we could go do some photography. I wanted to go to a baseball game. I've never been to a baseball game before, so I thought, hey, that'd be fun to get some action shots of some pitching, some batting, some running, that sort of thing. So, we got some baseball photos to look at. We went to the dog park, so got a whole bunch of dog pictures to look at as well. So I gotta fix my hair really quick right there. So yeah, very exciting. So we're gonna look through a bunch of pictures. I've got about 1,000 or so photos to look through. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of talk about the photos, the process, all that sort of stuff as we kind of go through it. As usual, we'll wait a second, let everyone come in, all that sort of thing to make sure that I don't have to repeat myself. For all you people who are watching afterwards, I appreciate you on YouTube, so I don't want to bore you. So let's give everyone a chance to join and play the intro song.
Waffles, Saint Waffles, Waffles, Saint Waffles. It is time once again for your daily suggested serving of waffles.
Welcome in, Troll King. As you can see, we have turned your wonderful quote into our theme song. It fits perfectly in there. Yes, thank you for that. It is a brilliant, brilliant song. So this first photo kind of sucks. So let's talk about why it sucks. You can see there's like these thin lines here. So we were like directly behind the net. So all these photos I had to focus through the baseball catching net. So that's why you're going to see black lines in some of these photos, and it made focusing very hard because you had to be very precise on where you were looking, because when you're zoomed in this far, we were at about 800 millimeters. It's very precise. So not all these are going to be great, not to mention these people are moving very fast, right? This guy's throwing 70, 80, 90 per hour baseball, so catching their movements is very difficult. So we're just going to go through these and see if we can get anything that's crisp and good. Got the team kind of huddled up together there. I don't hate that. Let's grab my notepad here so that I can write these down, because I am going to have to delete a lot of photos as we go through all this. Slightly out of focus. That one's not bad. Emmy asked why they wear white uniforms when they're going to be getting extremely dirty. You can see they're warming up here. Like, the game hasn't even started yet, and you've already got dirt all over there. I don't know why they choose to wear white, but, it's... I guess to me it shows off, like, how hard they're playing because of how dirty they get, so... Moving hands, a little bit of movement here and there. Nothing too exciting. Nothing great. That is a great picture right there. Winding up to pitch, you've got a little bit of the uniform in there. You've got the perfect, like, the eyes are hidden behind the hat. That is a keeper for certain. I absolutely love that shot. Oh, it's hard to say which one's better, to be honest. A little bit blurry. See, here's where the blur comes in, because in addition to trying to get all the movement, when they pitch, they don't just stand still, right? They're moving their whole body forward, so somehow I have to pan the camera while focused in on them, and that is a very, very difficult thing to do. So you can see a lot of motion blur in here. That's actually not bad. We got his full face here. The rest of it, I'm gonna save that. I don't think that's a good photo. I'm not gonna probably send that one or use that for anything. But I really like that we got his full face and his arm is just a blur as he's flinging that ball. Let's see, nothing too great. Oh, they were running for a pop fly ball, but that one's not bad. That might be usable. I know people don't like motion blur, some people don't, but like in shots like this, it shows so much of the action to have the motion blur. It's a pretty good one. Mm. That's another pretty good one right there. That's a great pose. Save that one. Another great pitch right there. Again, a little bit of motion blur on the legs, but just a perfectly still body. That's close. I like that one. I like that one a lot. This is one I wish that there wasn't motion, but I want that hand perfectly. Just I want that hand in focus. But again, we're flinging a ball at like 90 miles per hour, so the chances of that being perfectly in frame are tough. Like here, you can see I tried so hard to get. You can see I got the ball, but the rest of his body is. What happened there? That's interesting. Something got on his face. Something happened there. Not sure what. Hmm. A little bit of blur in all these. Don't like it. Don't like it. No. That one I like. Got a little bit of expression on the face. That one's pretty good too. Trying to find like 5 photos that I'm gonna send to them and say, hey, you might want me to do photos for your organization. None of these turned out. You can see this is that black fence that's getting in the way. So I'm trying to focus as people are moving, especially like as they're running to home plate. I don't know what the official measurement is. I don't know what the stretch is um between third base and home base. I don't Does anyone know like how long that is? But you have to change your focus the entire time, and I missed it here, unfortunately. You have the brand, you have the theme song. Now you just need the person who contributed as a moderator. Joking, of course, unless he wanted to. Someday, I'm getting bigger. I hit 1,900 on YouTube. I hit 16,000 on TikTok. So we're slowly climbing up the ranks. We're slowly getting more people. We finally got 1 or 2 followers from playing hunting games the last few days. So at this pace, maybe in 5 years, I'll need a moderator. Missed all of these. Oh no, that's a great shot right there. No. I like that one. Ooh, we're close. Oh, it's so close to good. His face is just a little blurry. You got a little bit of the baseball leaving his hand that's so close to perfection, and yet so far away. His face is just too blurry for that to be good. Let's see, these guys were way out in the field doing some training. Missed the focus there. Not great. Here, so this is actually the first. I don't know why my photos are out of order. This was the first couple photos I took, so I was still dialing in settings, trying to get the focus just right on these guys. And you can see I was still playing with it and learning to get the focusing down. None of these are good. None of these are sharp enough. Playing around with doing some video. Got a guy stretching. We'll save that one. Not great, but kind of funny. I could verify it without issue, but won't due to respecting confidentiality. I had one of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Editions hand-delivered by the owner of the company that you pre-ordered it with. That's awesome. Is it because you pre-ordered like 4 or 5 of them, right? So did it come with like a best customer handshake, a little plaque just for? Have you actually like broken into? I know you got some of them to stay like in the packaging, but have you actually played it yet? Like, have you broken any of them open to play? Man, I just could not focus for the life of me out here. This is all terrible. Terrible focusing. Bad photographer. Because these would have been great shots. Some of these would have been spectacular, but apparently I don't know what I'm doing. I've played the standard edition and opened one collector's edition. How was it? Is it better than the first one? Worse than the first one? Have you beat it yet? I have a copy coming in the mail, so we'll probably be playing it on Wednesday at this rate. Oh, now see, that one didn't turn out terrible. Still a little too blurry for my liking, though. It's quite a bit better in slowly progressing. Okay, but do weapons break? That is my number one thing. Do the weapons still break? Because that is what I do not want. If you tell me that the weapons do not break, I will be so happy. I will be willing to bump my review of the game up 2 points if the weapons don't break. Fingers crossed. Please tell me the weapons don't break. Of course the weapons still break. Of course. This one's not bad. This is technically the other teams, so I don't think they'll want photos of that, but hey, we got... Maybe that other team will want some photos. This was the kid was doing the opening first, like the ceremonial first throw. I thought I could get some shots of him, but it just ended up as a butt shot, so those are all going in the garbage. Shots of the pitcher doing some pitching. And I was still dialing in settings, so there's the people doing whatever you call it. The umpires come out and talk about the rules or whatever. Like, I've never been to a baseball game, so I don't know half of this. I will say, though, the most hilarious thing, I guess. Hilarious. I don't know if hilarious is the right word, but everyone stands for the national anthem and does the national anthem. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it's kind of silly, but whatever. Well, I was wearing a hat because I didn't want to get sunburned, and I don't wear a hat super often, so I completely forgot that I even had it on. And this dude behind me is just like, "Hey, take your hat off, you communist!" Just like, bruh, we're at like a minor league baseball game. You're taking this way too seriously. he just I didn't even know people still called people a communist in real life as like an insult. But I guess that's the baseball clientele, right? That's the great American sport still. So if anything's gonna be patriotic, it's gonna be the baseball fans. So that's a really good shot too. There's a good shot of number 8. I tried to get a bunch of them so that it's not just one person, but the pitcher was obviously like the best person to try and get photos of. That's a pretty good one. Winding up the pitch. I'm pretty sure our team lost, so we left early. Oh, the blur. Terrible. No, no, no. Ooh, that might be a good one. I don't know. Are baseball players or sports players offended by seeing like a silly face? Like they're obviously concentrating, but is that the kind of photo you want for like a sports team? I don't know. That power, that speed behind those throws. You can see I'm experimenting with moving the camera as he's moving to try and get this, but it's so I tried zooming out a little bit. It's tough. It's very tough to catch someone moving that fast. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Ooh, wait. That would have been good for the face, but it's a little blurred still. Good shot of his number. That might be a good number shot right there. 9570. I was just practicing some batter shots here because I was like, okay, they're the opposing team. We don't really want the opposing team photos because again, why would they want someone else's team? But I needed to dial in the settings for when we got a good batter. And I was looking for the way we were sitting. So this is a right-handed batter. So specifically, I wanted a left-handed batter so that I could get the full face shot. And there actually was a left-handed batter, so we got pretty lucky on that. It was really cool to see though, like I could tell when they were getting ready to swing because I could see like their whole body tense up as they were preparing to move into the swing. So it was really cool. I couldn't see the pitcher when I was looking through my camera, but I could see the whole body as they got in motion to begin trying to hit the ball. It was a really cool experience to see through a camera. Ooh, that's a great shot. That's a great shot. And of course, if I was using slightly better equipment or, they let me be up close so that I didn't have to be way back shooting through all these black lines, like this would probably be a perfectly crisp and clear photo. Oh, that one's good, almost. See, I'm getting better. I'm getting better as we do this. I'm going to save that. I don't know about this one. I really don't know about this one. It might be a little bit too blurry. It's close. Oh, no, that's a pretty great shot. Six, three, seven. You can see this guy stealing second base in the background. Swaddle's here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good morning. Good actual morning. How's it going? So I accidentally focused on the guy trying to steal the base in the background rather than, you know, the guy pitching. That's not a bad shot right there. That one might be a good one. Is stealing a base in baseball a sin? Theft is theft. We're gonna have to put some confessional booths out on those fields. I was trying to get that number 8. Oh, that's a perfect shot right there. That's darn near perfect. Might have to remove the bored-looking lady on her cell phone right there, but that's a pretty good shot. Ooh, you can see him prepping it. That's a pretty good one too. Like I said, you can see them slowly tense up as they see the ball coming. Like you can see where we have a relaxed. He's just preparing there. He's fine. And then right here, you can start seeing he's moving. He's tensing up. He's preparing to hit that. It's getting a little blurry as he's moving. No, none of those turned. I'm pretty sure the biggest disappointment, honestly, the entire time was I was trying to get these great shots, actually hitting the ball, but they were throwing so many balls and so many strikes that I didn't get any good contact shots because I just like it's the build up and then the disappointment, the build up and the disappointment. Like, all right, I was too zoomed in there, too zoomed in. That's a good one. 9683. Pretty sure that was a swing and a miss there. I got one of the guys. I caught the ball literally hitting them. They beamed our batter, and so I caught that on camera. So sports bloopers. They kept trying to hit this dude though. They were trying. I think the next batter is the left-handed one, which is the one that I was waiting for. These are all good, but they're all the same. Like I can't tell much of the difference between some of these shots. Like you can see, he keeps going back into this pose. Like if nothing else, he's consistent. That's a pretty good one. So since I've had my son, I've always had this fear that when I go for a walk with him around town, a car's going to jump and hit the curb and hit us. And I've been really good at getting over it and been taking the kiddo for walks every day since we got back from Australia. Last night, a car ran into a shop that we walk past every day, and now I feel like all my progress is slipping away. That is that's 100% a real fear, and we were actually talking about this last night as we were coming home. So I know you missed it because you weren't here, so I'll tell it again. Like they were doing the national anthem, and I forgot to take my hat off, and this dude behind me was just straight up like, "Hey, take your hat off, you communist!" Like getting upset over me forgetting to take my hat off. And I was talking to Emmy about it. My first instinct, I am not perfect. I am not a saint, not yet. I try to be a good Christian. My first instinct was to give him the finger. I did not. But it wasn't because, oh, I'm going to be a good person and not give him the finger, but because we've seen so many, literally, someone got shot for going to the wrong door, someone got shot for asking to get their ball back, someone got shot for pulling into the wrong driveway, someone got shot for asking their neighbor not to shoot their gun at 6 a.m. and wake up their kid, somebody got shot for calling the police because they were suicidal, someone got shot because they asked their neighbor not to mow the lawn. And so, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I could turn this into an altercation, but this guy could pull a gun out and shoot me for not taking my hat off during the national anthem. Like, it's so scary. But then the question becomes, like, how much fear is too much fear? Excuse me. Like, you can't live your life afraid of all those things, but they're also very real things that can happen to you. So it's like, how do you draw a balance between I'm never leaving my house because people are crazy and might shoot me, and I'm still supposed to live my life? Like, I don't know if many people remember this, but after 9/11, there was a big push for you can't be sad, you can't be afraid to go somewhere, or else the terrorists win, right? You have to go back out into the world, you need to go grocery shopping, you need to return to life as normal, because if you don't, then the terrorists win. But at this point, it feels like the terrorists are winning, right? These people who are just shooting everyone over every random thing, it's like, why would I want to leave the house? That's a pretty good shot. Get number 45 in there. So I don't really have any helpful advice for that, because I think it's a very valid fear, but I also know you can't live your life in fear. But there's also something to be said for mitigating risk, right? There's no point in taking unnecessary risk, especially when you've got your child to think about. There's no point in putting them in a needless, risky situation. So I don't have any good advice for that, because I struggle with that myself. And, like, this is something else I was talking to Emmy about, where, like, if you spend any amount of time online at all, people are always like, the end of the world is coming, this is it, we're all going to die, the world's going to flood, the world's going to burn, the world's going to blow up, World War III, something's going to end the world. And so, like, I've been saving diligently for my retirement for the past 13, 14 years, and I've got a good retirement. I'm not bragging, but when it tells me, like, oh, you're in the top 10% of people your age bracket for retirement. Now, it's not saying a whole lot, considering most people don't even have a retirement. So I understand that it's a good thing and it's a blessing to have the retirement. But then there's so many times where I'm like, well, if the world is really ending, if everything's really going to blow up, is there even a point to saving this money? Like, at this point, I could use that money for the roof, for a new car, for traveling the world, going to Japan like we wanted to. Is it really worth saving this money in retirement? Because everyone seems to say that there's going to be no retirement and we're all going to be dead anyways. But then there's that risk of, okay, but what if they're wrong? And what if I spend all my retirement money I've spent all this time sending up, and then we get to the end of our life and, like, well, the world was supposed to end and it didn't, so what do we do now? Like, go to Japan, screw the roof? This is the problem. This is exactly the problem I'm having. Is I have enough money in my retirement that we could re-roof the house, redo the gutters, buy a new car, go to Japan, and go to Ireland. We could do everything we need to do and everything we want to do. We could probably even throw in the trip to Disney and possibly the Vatican. Like, if I just went in there and drained my entire life savings, we could do everything we've ever wanted to do, check off everything on the bucket list, fix the entire house, and get our adventure vehicle that we want to do. Like, we could do it all. So it's tempting. It's tempting to go in there and do all that, because everyone says, like, what's the point in saving for retirement anyways? Because we're all going to die in the next 5 or 10 years as it is. But then you actually, like, you go outside. Like, I spent a couple hours in the dog park yesterday just taking pictures of dogs, and it's like, okay, is everyone online just lying? because I'm sitting out here and it's just fine. The weather's beautiful. There's no nuclear bombs. There's no war. I'm just sitting here looking at dogs having a good time. So, it's is it exaggerated? Are they wrong? What is it? My husband's philosophy is that who says you'll be healthy enough to do these things when you're tired? Just do them now. See, that is a very convincing argument as well. But I've seen what people have to live like when they don't have a retirement and you're just living off of like social security. And I don't want to experience that either, right? So it's really tough. Nice haircut. Thank you. It is not a haircut though. I actually just combed and gelled my hair for the first time in forever. When I actually put product in the hair and treat it like I should, it actually looks nice. So it's just a matter of not being lazy, and that is the hard part. My hair just poofs out everywhere. Nice style waffles. Thank you. I'm feeling very stylish today. So yeah, there's a burning want to just drain my entire retirement and say, you know what, screw it. Maybe they're all right. Maybe we're all going to die in the next couple of years, so we might as well go do everything we've wanted to do. Go visit the Pope. Go visit Japan. I don't know what I was doing here. These are all terrible, 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 terrible. That's close. Uh, that's not a bad shot. But then there's also that part of me that's like, nope, be a good boy, save your money, do what's right, save for retirement so that you can be comfortable in your retirement. Because I definitely don't want to work forever. I've seen those people who are still working at like 80 years old, and I do not want to have to work that long. I'd like to retire early. I'd like to be able to retire in 20 years and never have to go back to work again. That would also be nice. But something tells me I won't be that lucky. Let's see, these are all too blurry. No, no, no. That one, the framing's bad. Maybe that one's salvageable if I edit the framing. It's not terrible. The framing's terrible, but the photo itself is good. Oh, that's the ISO. Woo! You can see it right here. Number 9, he got beamed. You can see the balls right here. They smacked him right in the back with that ball. You can see it coming in. It hits him, bounces off there, and you can see like his whole body twisting with it. I can't imagine getting hit by one of those baseballs. And again, we're not at like a major league game, so I'm sure they're not throwing like 110 mile per hour fastballs, but I mean, that thing's still probably going 60, 70, 80 miles per hour. Like, that dude got hit hard. Yeah, that now he has no spine. Like that. Whew, I would not want to get hit by one of those things. And I gotta say, so again, you can see the netting here. We were behind the net, but I think two or three balls flew over the net and landed in the stands, and there was a real fear. There was a real fear that I was going to be, too busy focused on the game, taking pictures, and that one of those balls would just fly right over, hit me in the head, take out my eye, break my camera lens. Like that was a real fear. There definitely was a real fear of getting smacked by a ball that I didn't see coming. So, ooh, that's close. No. This is another one that was frustrating where they were throwing balls and they weren't swinging, they weren't hitting. And just like the anticipation, like, oh, here it comes, and then nothing. Oh, these are all bad. No, 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 no. That one's pretty good. Got a little bit of motion blur in that one. I don't know that we'll probably ever go back to a baseball game. It really wasn't that exciting. And so here's my question. For any baseball fans out there, please answer me. Why are there 9 innings? People complain about baseball games being too boring and too long. What benefit is there to 9 innings? Why isn't there 3 innings or 5 innings or 7 innings? Like, you could cut the game in half if you did 5 innings. It would be the same effect, right? Why do you need 9 innings in baseball? Watching baseball is like watching paint dry. I was having fun because I was taking pictures, but yeah, I agree with that sentiment a lot. It was not exhilarating gameplay. And again, it goes back to, why do you need 9 innings? Why can't it be done in 3 innings? Make the game a third as long and it might be easier to pay attention to. Oh, it's all blurred up. Dude out in outfield was bored out of his mind. Like, 0 balls flew out this way. So this dude was just standing there in the heat the entire time, bored. When baseball came to be a sport professionally and for entertainment people, there wasn't many other choices for entertainment, so 9 innings. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Like, I know they made some changes. I don't know why I know this, but I know that they changed. There's a pitching clock and some other things to speed the game up because people were complaining about how slow the game is. So if they're making those changes, again, simple change would be get rid of some of the innings, and then boom, much faster game. Oh, those would have been perfect if they were in focus. That's a pretty good one. I'm not going to save that one. Too much logic. I mean, I am sure the dude behind me who called me a communist, who really, really loved baseball, I'm sure he would threaten to punch my lights out for suggesting that maybe we shouldn't have 9 innings. So I'm sure there's some diehard fans out there. No, we gotta watch 9 innings because that's tradition. That's baseball. Like, people need to get real. Baseball is boring. It reminds me so much of Futurama when they're doing the Blurns ball. They're like, let's face it, Fry. Baseball was boring. They finally jazzed it up, and it's like, what? Baseball's not. Oh well, they finally jazzed it up. I mean, he's not wrong. Ow, I just punched my desk. I mean, I'm not a communist. I'm not allowed to be a communist, to be honest. Catholicism does not allow communism. They are incompatible, and you can face potential excommunication, I believe, for being caught being communist. Like, it is fully incompatible. You are not allowed. Long games, low scores, overpaid men standing in grass. That poor desk, what did you do? It was self-defense, I swear. My finger's gonna hurt for a while. Yeah, the scores was another thing. Like, this is my problem with soccer and my problem with baseball. Is that, like, okay, so we've been watching for 3 hours. The score is 0-0. Like, nothing has happened in 3 hours. And the truly mind-boggling. So we left. We left after an hour. It was the third inning. We had already been there for an hour. There were people still in line to get into the stadium after an hour. They were paying and standing in line in 9-degree heat for an hour to be able to watch a game that was halfway over. Like, what? What are you doing? There were people in the parking lot playing hacky sack like they were tailgating. Why are you tailgating a baseball game, and not even like a professional baseball game? It's literally like the minor leagues. What are you doing? Is that it? Did we go through all the photos? I think, yeah. We got through all those photos, which means bonus time.
His name is John C.
All right, since y'all were good and stuck with me through the boring baseball, I also went to the dog park. So let's look at some dog photos. Let's see what we got for dogs. First dog, her name is Honey Bear. And she was very hard to photograph because she was moving so fast. That's a good one. That's pretty cute. She was a speedy little dog. That one's pretty good. The grace, the majesty, the ball. Yeah, Honey Bear is very cute. A very cute, very happy dog. This dude was throwing the ball like way out there too. This dog was going. He was running. She was running. You tell it's hard because I got the super zoom on at this point, so it's hard to get photos when they're up close. Look at that face. Look at that face. Adorable. I love when you get a picture of dogs and their ears are like floppy in the wind. I love when cats have airplane ears. I love when dogs get the floppy ears because they're just running and enjoying. There was a good jump, but I missed it. It was off camera. Oh, look at that face. That is a perfect face right there. Super adorable dog. That is Honey Bear. That might be the perfect photo there. I wonder if I can touch it up a little bit and fix those eyes. It's got kind of demon dog eyes going on right here with the no eyes. That one might be a perfect photo if I can touch that one up a little bit. Good back shots of them running. That one's pretty cute too. Look at that face. I see the tag on there says her name is Layla, but her owner called her Honey Bear, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Did he give me a fake name? Did he not want me to know his dog's name? Yelling at the ball. It's a good one too. I think this is where I catch. Somewhere in here I caught her actually catching the ball in air with the derpiest little face. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. There we go. This is it, you know? I'll give him a fake name and then he'll hear a real name. It's foolproof. Like I guess protecting his dog's privacy is important. I can understand that. Look at that catch. Look at that good dog catching that ball in air. Running. Great photos. So this dog, this face right here. This is Bessie. And I took this picture right as her owner was saying that she took Bessie to the vet, and the vet said no more treats because she is severely obese. And right as she said severely obese, the dog is looking at us just like this, like so upset. You can see the hurt in her eyes, calling me extremely obese. No more treats. Poor Bessie. She just wants some treats. Let her live her best life. That's what I'm saying. Like, justice for Bess. And we're back to Honey Bear playing a little bit. This dog, I don't know this dog's name. She was just sitting there with her ball staring over at me, and she was just so cute that I was like, I have to, like, that right there. I saw that. I was like, I have no choice but to take a picture. Like, so cute. So absolutely cute. Just looking at me, happy as can be. Not a thought between those ears. Just a perfect, happy little dog. So I was like, okay, I don't know who owns you, but I'm taking your photo. Same with this one, was just laying in the grass. Saw a corgi. Very cute little corgi. There were just a bunch of random dogs. Like, I didn't even see their owners. Like, there was just random dogs running around the dog park, which I guess the dog park, of course, you're going to run into dogs, but little cute ownerless dogs. This is Griselda, and Griselda has a super long tongue. The cutest dog at the park that day, for sure. Just an absolutely perfect little German Shepherd with the longest tongue I've ever seen. Look at how adorable and derpy and wonderful. Her big old ears, big long tongue, absolute perfection. Certainly the happiest dog I saw at the park that day. I love that shot. The head's just tilted up, the smile. I could not get enough. There she is with the ball. That one, we got some dramatic lighting. Beautiful. Other great shots. Some not so great shots. Little dog butt. I love that. You can see tongue still hanging out of the mouth. Living her best life. That one was my favorite. One ear's broken backwards, one ear straight up, tongue hanging out of the mouth. Like, that is the dog's entire personality summed up in one picture. Like, how could you not? How could you not love that face? There she was. Another dog came up. It was so funny because she wanted to play with the other dog, but she was so afraid that the dog was going to take her ball, so she would not play because she had to keep watch of her ball. Look at that dirty tongue, grass and dirt and wood all over it. More long tongue pictures. It's actually a good one right there too. This dude I was trying to get a good picture of, this is Cornelius, and he was so hard to take a picture of because he would not stop moving. But I got one shot, and you can see it's not great, but he has different colored eyes, so I really wanted to get a good shot of the different colored eyes. And he would not sit still. So I finally got one good shot of Cornelius with the different colored eyes. Just so striking, this ice blue eye and then this really dark brown eye. Absolutely adorable. Loved Cornelius. But he was very hard to photograph. He was a pain. Very friendly, just could not sit still for the life of him. He moved too fast. There's another dog after this that was just perfectly posing. This little doggy, again, it was like, I don't know who owns you, but I gotta take your picture because look at that. Tell me that's not just a striking, wonderful dog photo. Look at just how happy. That is why I became a dog photographer right there. Look at that perfect smile. Look at that perfect tongue. The goofy ears. That is a wonderful dog who would not stop looking at me. So I said, you know what? You're getting your picture taken. I try not to take people's pictures, of them or their dogs without their permission because, I don't want to be rude, but sometimes you gotta do it because the dogs are too good. Then a bird landed next to me, and look at how close this bird was to me. You can see the reflection on his eyes, you can see dirt in his feathers, you can see the individual feathers, you can see stray feathers poking off. Look at how close this little bird got to me. I love this one the most, I think. I think that is the end of the photos. I think that is all the dogs. We're close to an hour, which is usually about how long I stream, but we'll do one more quick thing. I haven't really got to talk about these dudes. We went and saw some Chinese dragon dancers, and look at how gorgeous these costumes are. And they're so well made. The eyes blink, the eyebrows wiggle, the mouths open and close. Look at how gorgeous that is. I absolutely loved seeing these dudes. And there's two people in the costumes, and so they do this thing where they would throw one up and hold the other one up so that the dragon could stand all the way up. I love this. The orange one was my favorite. Love the color, love everything about them. Just absolutely amazing. We got these great shots where they shot confetti out. You got all the dragons standing together. This is how I know that I'm getting old, though. So for one of their tricks, they put out two picnic tables basically, and had them stand on top of the picnic tables and perform. And all I could think is, isn't that a needless risk? If their feet slip, they're gonna fall down and hurt someone badly. Is it really necessary to add a whole bunch of danger for such a little payoff? That was my old man thought. Here's all the confetti. Loved the confetti. It was far too loud, though. I don't know if this will have sound. Look at its eyes move, look at its mouth move. You can see it blink here soon, the eyebrows flutter. But we were in a tiny auditorium, and they were just pounding on the drums and cymbals, and it was far, far, far too loud. I could not get good. I could not keep up with their movements. They had little oranges on the ground. The dragons ate the oranges. It was super adorable. And last thing, I think this one, there was a group called the Wild Hogs. Just some old dudes having some fun, making some awesome music. I took a picture though, because like, look at this dude's horn setup here. Like, look at it. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different horns, and then he's got regular guitar there, and then he's got like a banjo there, and then he's got like is that a sitar? Like, he's got so many instruments all right here that he's playing. Dude was just going for it, and watching him play the horns was hilarious. I, of course, love these big instruments. You can see usually they have like a spike, but he replaced the spike. He has a little handmade, like, little wooden spike down there. So these dudes were pretty awesome. I loved seeing them. I loved seeing the 2 pairs of glasses. They were a lot of fun. So that was the Wild Hogs. I did get to see a little corgi being Spider-Man. Look at that face. And this little dog, super adorable too. So that was at the farmer's market. We got run into a couple dogs, and I always think, like, when I'm at the farmer's market, I can do in the moment, like, hey, I'm a pet photographer. You got your pet right here. Would you like a shot? But I've still been massively unsuccessful in convincing anyone to, give me $2 and I'll take a fun shot of your dog. Like, who wouldn't want a framed photo of this dog? Look at how adorable that is. Look at that little pose. Look at the majesty. Look at the happiness, the stoicness. Super adorable. Anyways, that is all my photos. So thank you for doing a Waking Up with Waffles section with me today as we went through all the photos and talked about all the photos. I'll edit some of these up and throw them in the Discord for y'all to see. But I see that I think Emmy texted me, which means that she's awake, which means that I get to go bother her. So, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day. Today I ask for you to give us all strength, and me especially, Lord, to grow closer to you, to grow stronger in prayer, in relationship. Lord, it is something I struggle with so much, is being good at praying, being good at just talking and having conversations. So we ask for your strength to help us all to grow closer to you today, Lord. Since Mother's Day is coming up, we pray for all the mothers out there, either new mothers, expecting mothers, or mothers who have kids who are all grown up and out of the house. Lord, be with all the mothers this weekend. And finally, we pray for those who have no one left to pray for themselves, those who are in purgatory. Lord, help those souls to reach the everlasting kingdom of paradise. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you again on Monday. Again, thank you so much for hanging out. Have a blessed day, and we will see you again soon.